Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to the G1 climax. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this update video of the G1 climax 33. So we're about past the halfway point for the G1 this year. We're looking at A block right now. That's standings. So currently, right now in the A block, the top 2 point getters are Sonata. He's at the top of the block with 8 points, with all wins. His next match is against Ren Ureta, which will be which will be tomorrow. Second place is Taito Kiramara. He has 5 points with 3 wins and with 2 wins, a draw, and a loss. His next match is against Gabe Kidd. Then we have 3 people in third with 4 points. With Shota Umino. He has a win, 2 draws, and a loss. Chase Owens with 2 wins, 2 losses, and Gabe Kidd with 2 wins, 2 losses. After that, Yoda Suji with 3 points, and the 2 basement dwellers are Ren Ureta and Hikuleo. Sonata just barely survived Kaito Kiramara. They went 19 minutes and 58 seconds, which was almost a draw. Every match is 20 minutes. And the regular block matches to win the quarters, semis, and finals. So far, I'm very shocked about Hikuleo not Hikuleo, Ren Ureta, when he only has 2 points, but anyone can really steal second place with Kaito Kiramara. Very interesting when we hit August 5th. August 5th is the last day of competition for the A blocks. These are some huge, huge matches. Like Gabriel K versus Yoda Suji to decide who gets second place. Same with Kiramara and Yen Ureta. Same with Shotama Umino and Hikuleo. These are huge matches that can decide who gets first or second. Same with Chase Owens and Sonata. So everyone's not done with where they are yet. This was really great matchup here. So far, this has been best match of the block. Kaito Kiramara and Sonata. It's been an amazing thing there. But something that I'm very, very shocked about this block is this block hates each other. Every single person in this block hates each other. They just want to kill each other half the time, which I'm shocked about. But anyway, that's the A block update. B block. So currently B block right now. Okada is top of the block with 8 points, all 4 wins. He has a big match tomorrow night against Will Ospreay. Big, big match. Because Ospreay is second in the block with 6 points. 3 wins, 1 loss. This is a big one because if Ospreay beats Okada, he's technically on top of the block due to a tiebreaker over Okada that he has since he beat him. So technically, Ospreay versus Okada tomorrow morning could tell who wins the block. Then after those two, we have a 3-way tie for third with Yoshihashi, Taichi, and Kenta of 4 points. I feel like Kenta's going to start going off now in this block because he still has to face Okada, Yoshihashi, and Phantasmo. And I have a feeling that he could win all 3 of those. He could screw Okada out. You never know if getting second in the block is he could win those. Say Okada loses to Ospreay. He's only at 8 points. Say that he beats Tangaloa, but he loses to Kenta here. Kenta wins his other matches, then Kenta will beat out Okada for second. That's nuts. Best match of B block so far. Ooh, that's a good one. Taichi versus Okada so far. That was a friggin' tremendous match with those two. Okada won with a sit down with the pin, and he just barely scraped out of that with a win. It's either that one or Okada versus Yoshihashi. That was a really good matchup. Him and Yoshihashi. And so but your two basement dwellers are Okan and Phantasmo. I'm pretty surprised about Great Okan being the basement dweller with Phantasmo. There's a couple pictures. That is B block so far here in the G1 update. Now we get to C block. C block, very, very highly contested block. First place, we got a three-way tie. Tama Tonga, David Finlay, and Evil. Finlay with 3 wins, 1 loss. That was against Tonga. Tonga, 3 wins, 1 loss, which was against Evil. Evil has 3 wins, 1 loss, which was against David Finlay. Technically, so fourth place is technically run by, second kind of is a two-way tie between Eddie Kingston and Shingo Takagi with 2 wins, 2 losses. Three-way tie for last with Tomoto Ishii, Mikey Nichols, and Aaron Henare. A very interesting way to see who will win this block since there's a three-way tie for this. Next time that this block will compete will be the 30th of July. Tonga faces Shingo, which is a big match. If Shingo wins, then he's technically has a tiebreaker over Tonga. Finlay faces Aaron Henare. And Evil faces Tomoto Ishii. So those are big matches for the top 3 boys in the C block this year. Match of the C block so far. Tomoto Ishii versus Eddie Kingston. That was super hard hitting. That was a tremendous match. That was the only win for Ishii so far, but that was a friggin' tremendous match between those two boys. None but hard hitting styles. Also, this block has had so far the most scariest spot of the tournament when during the match between Mikey Nichols and Aaron Henare, Henare landed right on his head with a Northern Lights bomb from Mikey Nichols. He landed right on his head. I'm frankly shocked that he's still in this tournament. So this is going to be a very interesting rest of the block, considering that really the block is wide open for other people to come in and take away wins from other people and take over. So that right there will be the C block. And we'll end with D block. D block's gone what I expected to. So far, top 2 in the block. Jeff Cobb is number 1 with 8 points with his 4 wins. Second place, Zack Sabre Jr. with 6 points with his 3 wins, 1 loss, which was against Jeff Cobb. And then we have a four-way tie for the rest of the block, which is Hiroshi Tanahashi, Hiroki Goto, Tatsuya Naito, Shane Haste. Shane Haste has the upset of the century, beating Tatsuya Naito. And Alex Coughlin after that with 2 points. Toriano is last with 0. And he does not have a safe schedule for the rest of the block. His next match is against Jeff Cobb, then Shane Haste, and he ends with Alex Coughlin. So this is a big one going into some of the later ones. I feel like Jeff Cobb's just going to run away with the rest of this block. I feel like Jeff Cobb goes undefeated in this block. Same with Zach, I think. I think Zach will pretty much go undefeated for the rest of the time other than that one loss. So I think it's come down to Zach and Jeff unless Zach loses to Naito. Because Zack Sabre Jr. and Tatsuya Naito still have a match against each other, which would be the August the 2nd. That could be a big one to see if Zach actually goes on to that other part of in the quarterfinals. Match of the D block so far. Shane Haste and Tatsuya Naito. Just how shocking it was and how crazy. If it's not that, then Zack Sabre Jr., Jeff Cobb. Another fantastic match with those two. Ended with Jeff Cobb catching Zack into a tour of the islands, which was insanely cool. That's not all we're going to do here for today's little update for the G1 Climax. But I'm not surprised Jeff Cobb has that right there. Has the current lead of the blocks. Don't forget the quarterfinals are on the 10th. The semis are on the 12th, and the finals are on August 13th. We're going to do a little bit of previews for this upcoming night. Oh, not that one. Not that one. We got to do this one. So this one's tomorrow's with the huge main event of Okada Will Ospreay. Okada has the singles victories over Will Ospreay so far. If Okada wins, then he wins already this block. But a huge rematch, the G1 Climax 22 Finals. Like I said, if Ospreay wins, this block still is open for him. Hopefully, I hope the fans are most likely the Ospreay wins so that this block can stay competitive between these two boys. Another match, Sonata versus Ren Narita. This could be the time that Sonata loses his match because Narita does hold a win over him. And Ren must score to keep alive. A Sonata win or a Chase Owens or Gabe Kidd loss / draw will guarantee him to move on and win the block for Sonata. Apparently my cat decides to lick herself. So can Ren Narita be the one to stop Sonata from winning the A block already? Another match. El Phantasmo versus Kenta. El Phantasmo must win this match / get a draw to stay alive. I feel like Kenta should win this. Like Kenta should to stay afloat near the top of the blocks. Hikuleo, Yota Tsuji. I got a feeling Yota Tsuji will stop Hikuleo, and I feel like Hikuleo will not do anything. He will not be. He'll be eliminated from the block. So I feel like Yota Tsuji will take this. Tangaloa, Great-O-Khan. Both men must. One of these guys must win, and I feel like Great-O-Khan will be the one that wins. All right. Then we have Gabriel Kidd and Kaito Kiramara. This is going to be a interesting matchup. Gabe Kidd wins this match. He is second place in the block, depending on what happens. So this could be a big one for Kidd if he wins. If Kaito Kiramara wins, just ups his lead up to 7 points for second. But watch out for Gabe Kidd if he wins this. Yoshihashi Taichi. Very interesting one here. Neither man can technically win this. Both are 2-2, so you never know. The beginning of tomorrow's is Shotama Umino and Chase Owens. Chase Owens wins. He is right near Yota Tsuji for tops, but Tsuji has a tiebreaker. No, actually, no. Well, yeah. Chase Owens wins, then he's third, depending on no matter what, if Kidd or no, sorry, I'm wrong. If Owens wins, Gabe Kidd wins against Kaito Kiramara, then Chase Owens is second as a tiebreaker. And Shotama Uno has also 4 points, so if he wins, then he cruises past Kaito Kiramara and Gabe Kidd if Gabe Kidd wins thanks to a tiebreaker. And then we'll go over the matches on July 30th. This will be the last matches in July for the New Japan Pro Wrestling. We'll start with the first match, Finlay versus Sonare. I feel like Finlay will win this. Just keeping tight with the top boys in the C block. But you never know. It could go to a draw. You never know. Second one, so Toriano's already been eliminated, so he faces Chef Cobb. Toriano's going to try to play spoiler to beat up Cobb's record. You never know. Toriano can break streaks. So we'll see what Cobb will do with Toriano. Cobb should win, but you don't know with him. Mikey Nichols, Eddie Kingston. I think Kingston will win this, so he can get up to 6 points, but you never know with Mikey Nichols. Tatsuya Naito and Codlin. Codlin must score to stay alive, so he must win this or get a draw to stay alive. It'd be interesting if Alex Codlin wins and goes up to 4 points. That'd be very interesting. Especially after that win by Shane Hayes. That could take a little bit out of Tatsuya Naito and help maybe get Codlin the win. After that is an old style match. Yamato Ishii Evil. Big win if Evil beats Yamato Ishii, then this is a big one for Evil. It'll be up to 8 points. With if Finley beats Aaron Hernare, then Finley will still hold a tiebreaker over them. These two like to beat him up, though. Yeah, but ever since Evil's formed the House Torture, Ishii hasn't beat Evil, so that'll be a big one. Zack Sabre Jr., Shane Hayes, two guys, TMDK. But Hayes has singles records over Zack, but hey, you never know. Shane Hayes could win this, setting off another upset. That'd be insane. Be interesting if Shane Hayes wins. Tomotomo and Shingo Takagi is a big, big fight. If Shingo wins, he's up to 6 points. He's right up there near the top of the block. So who knows? And Shingo still has a matchup with David Finlay. Tonga wins. Technically, if Tonga, Evil, and Finlay all win their matches on the 30th, then all three are still tied at 8 points because of all the tiebreakers that just cancel each other out. Main event is Goto and Yoshi and Hiroshi Tanahashi. I mean, who knows? I feel like Tanahashi will win, though, thanks to Hiroki Goto has a little bit of rib issues right now going into this matchup against Tanahashi. Very interesting battle it will be between these ones, even though Tanahashi holds the singles record. So yeah, this will just continue up until that. So after July 30th, we'll go back to Tuesday and Wednesday, then Saturday, and then here comes the mad dash. Sunday's A block. B block. No, I'm wrong. Sorry. A block, B block, C block, D block. Just those matches, block matches for each of those days. Then quarterfinals, semifinals, finals. So I'll tell you how they go with the semis. Quarterfinals. So this is how we're going to. The first place of A block, so right now it looks like Sonata, faces the second place finisher of C block. So we don't know that yet. B block's first place person, which can either be Okada versus or Ospreay, or you never know, could be Kenta, will face the second place of D block, which would right now be Zack Sabre Jr. Winner of C block faces second place of B block. Interesting. See where those two ends up. In the first place of D block, which is Jeff Cobb, faces second place of A block, which would be Kaito Kiramara. That'd be an interesting match. Then the semis. They go the winner of A block versus C block, or a winner of first place A block versus second place C block, faces the winner of B block versus D block. Well, first place B, second place of D will face off here. Then this one will be first place C block or the second place B block versus first place of D block or second place of A block. And then the winners of those will face off in the finals. For then we'll find out who wins G1 Climax 33. And now, so far at the moment, looks like my Naito pick is starting to fall apart. And it more likely looks like either a certain man. There's a couple people that can win this. There's still a chance of David Finlay, Tamatonga, Evil. They'd still all win. Those three guys in the C block. You also have Jeff Cobb, Okada, and Sonata. Those are big ones. And Zack Sabre Jr. and Will Ospreay. But currently, right now, I'm going to say Jeff Cobb. Just as how dominant Jeff Cobb has been so far in these matchups, I'm going to say Jeff takes it this year. So far. Once we get to Thursday the 10th, really August 9th. So once we get to August 9th, I'll give you guys the updates as we'll talk about who faces who in the semifinals. Next video for this channel will probably be not tomorrow because I'm doing stuff tomorrow. Could be Friday or Saturday, depending on what happens. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next time. Goodbye.